Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you. Yes, you. So today I'd like to talk about how do we navigate through the noise, the naysayers, the troublemakers, and the distractions of everyday life. I saw somebody that I was at school with, I went to school with, talk writing about people, knocking him down in the past and how people knock you down and naysayers and things like that. And then I was listening to a business partner of mine in the UK talking about navigating through the noise and the distractions and everything. And when your day starts off on a bad note, then being able to get your way through that distraction in the beginning of the day. So how do we navigate past all the naysayers, all the distractions, and all those people that want to knock us down and bring us down? Whether it be intentionally or inadvertently. And I think that's a that's a powerful tool if anybody can learn how to do that and how to use that in modern day, in this life that we live today. There's so many distractions all around us. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm standing in the park here with Korkus. Korkus is doing her sniffing around somewhere there behind me. There we go. And there's a lot of distractions around, people walking with their families and other dogs and whatnot. And just being in the park, when you can hear the birds whistling and singing, and that as spring is about to enter into the new season, there are a lot of distractions everywhere around us, even in the silence. So how do we navigate through that? It's a tough one, because there are so many distractions today, and there are so many people in our lives, directly and indirectly, that want to have their opinion of what we want to do. And this is something that I've been dealing with, and I'm sure most of us have been dealing with most of our lives. As somebody who never really followed or towed the line of the narrative of leave school, go to university, study, get a degree, find a partner, marry, have children, get that white picket fence kind of scenario and all that. I never followed that or towed that line. For me, I wanted to travel from a young age and explore the world and see different things. And then I wanted to get into businesses of myself, entrepreneurial adventures, and explore life in a different way, in a different level. Whereas at school, I always did try to, I was a bit of the strange kid, but I did toe the line in many regards, and I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be part of the crowd. But as I got into my 20s and so forth, and my 30s and beyond, I realized that there's no point in trying to be that person that's following and towing the line. Being part of the herd, so to speak. It's always been more beneficial, and it's always more rewarding when you follow your own true inner guidance, inner compass. Then how do we enable ourselves by just not being distracted by all of that noise in the background? Not being distracted by those people that have our good intentions in their hearts, and they want us to do well for ourselves, but they don't want us to be hurt either. And they want us to follow what they know to be comfortable for themselves. You get it? So it's not easy, but one thing I've learned as well is that when we do follow our inner compass, when we follow what is true to ourselves, it feels good. It feels easy. You with me? It makes sense to us. We don't have to think too much about things. We don't have to constantly be fighting and striving to succeed. This is something that most people have been conditioned to believing as being reality, that we have to fight and strive to be successful. We have to push ourselves hard and burn the candle at both ends, and sleep 4 hours a day and all that bullshit. Because that's all it really is. It's bullshit. But we don't need to be doing that. This is not what life is about. And I think this is why we have so many distractions around us today, is because those distractions are there to keep us fighting. Those distractions are there to keep us pushing and striving all the time, looking for something new, looking for something better, looking for something greater, looking for something grander. The grass is always greener on the other side, so to speak. And I really don't believe that's true. I believe the grass is greener with inside. When we go inside and we look within and we follow what's true to ourselves, that's when the grass is greener. That's when things become easier for us. And it's easier said than done, yes, but that's, for me, is the truth. That's the reality of it. You know, we are all individuals, yet we are all a collective. We are all bound to each other through the collective, the energy that is prevalent throughout the universe. It connects everything, it connects all of us together. And we can draw upon that energy, and we can draw upon that knowledge, that wisdom, that know-how, you know, the skills and all of and so forth. So in order to stay away from the distractions, in order to stay away, keep ourselves safe from the naysayers, the challenges in our lives, those people that say, you can't do that. What are you talking about? You're 50 years old. Why do you want to change something in your life? Why do you want to start something new? Why not? If it feels good for you, do it. You know, you don't have to know how you're going to do it. Just do it. Start at least doing some research into things. Start looking, start dreaming, start creating visions in your mind. Start believing in yourself again, as opposed to having other people believe in you. Yes, it's nice to have other people believe in us, but it's not important. What is important is that we believe in ourselves. We believe in what we are able to achieve in life. We believe that we can do those things that feel good for us. And if it's something that is feeling good for you, if it feels congruent within your inner being, then you want to make sure that you follow that. You go along that path. Because as I said, it doesn't really matter. What does not matter, or what is irrelevant, is how we're going to be doing it. Yes, it's enjoyable when we are doing it and we're learning new things and we're discovering, and it can be exciting. It can also be terrifying. It can be traumatizing in some regards, some aspects. And hopefully it will never, you know, the things that are congruent for us will never be traumatizing to us, because that's not the point of it. If something is congruent to you, it may be challenging because you're learning, you're growing, you're evolving. But when things become traumatizing for us is when we're trying to push against something all the time. We're trying to fight for something all the time. That is a sign, it's a clear indication for me that that's not right. That's not something that is for us then. If we're facing trauma as a result of trying to push and strive for something. Yeah? So follow what's true to you. Follow what's true to your inner being. And learn to sit in your own space, meditate, find some quiet time by yourself, quiet space perhaps, go out into the garden, into a field, by the beach, in the hills, in the mountains, in the forests, wherever that may be. But find some quiet time to yourself if you're not used to meditating, and just find that peace within yourself. Ask yourself the questions. You know, if you can ask yourself some powerful questions like, is this my path? Should I follow this intuition or these thoughts that I'm receiving? I'm getting these thoughts on a regular basis that I should be doing something new for myself and my family, or for myself alone. You know, I should be finding a new path. If you're constantly getting questions in your mind and your head that are along those lines, something to that you know, something to that along that way, then follow that. Start asking yourself the questions that will help empower you, and don't necessarily go to other people to look for advice from them, because they don't know your journey. They don't know you. They may be your husband, maybe your wife, maybe your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your best friend, but they don't know you. Only you know you. You know, so ask yourself those powerful questions. Start beginning to learn to ask powerful questions of yourself, and then take 100% accountability and responsibility for your decisions. Good, bad, wrong or right, it's irrelevant, because at the end of the day, if you're following your true inner compass, your guidance for that matter, and no matter what decisions you make, they may end up with a hurdle in front of you or a stumbling block of some kind, but that's for you to grow, that's for you to evolve, that's for you to move to the next level of you being you. And this is another key factor, is just being. Stop striving, stop doing all the time, stop thinking of the material aspect of everything that we see around us. There's plenty examples of material around us. What we do need to figure out is, where can we find the energetic side of ourselves, the spiritual side of ourselves, and our path, and our whatever journey that you're taking on. You know, it could just be starting a new business. It could be, I don't know, traveling somewhere and not knowing exactly what you're going to do when you get there. So it's just a matter of finding yourself, and at the same time as discovering what is good for you and your future, and that way, you know, it's easier. It becomes easier to keep away from all the distractions, all the noise, because once you start to discover something that is true to yourself, that vision, that passion that you start to feel within yourself, that desire, and once you've made that decision to do it, it becomes even stronger. And then it's much easier to stay away from all those distractions, you know, all the news stuff that is negative and bad and pulling you down, telling you that there's not enough money in the world, there's not enough this in the world, there's not enough that in the world, there's not enough food, there's not enough energy, there's not enough fuel. That's all to distract you. That's all to pull your energy down, pull you down, and keep you in tow, in line with what you are doing right now, what the society tells you is the right thing for you to be doing. Doesn't mean it's right just because society is doing it and because it's a societal norm. It doesn't mean it's the right thing for you. What is right for you is what feels good for you. Yeah. If it feels good for you and it feels congruent to your inner being, then follow that path and be brave enough to follow it, not knowing where you're going, but then knowing that you're going to enjoy the experience for everything that it brings to you, and that the outcome will give you the rewards that you would never have dreamt of in the beginning. Okay, I trust that helps. And look, share this video, like this video, please engage in this video, because it helps me to share this message to more people. If you found that you got some benefit from it, some value and insights for yourself, because who knows who else's life may be changed just by my simple message today. So share this, like it, love it, preferably love my video, because I love you, so you can love me back. Okay, but no, it's just engage with the video. Write a message down below if you have any insights, any feedback for that matter. And if there's any questions that you want to ask, please don't be shy to DM me. Just message me privately. That's okay. And we can get chatting. And I'm here to help. I'm here to guide. I'm here to assist. And I just trust that you know that. And I look forward to speaking to you soon. Have a beautiful day.